out to me by someone that was checking me out. Okay, and what I'm going to do, I'm going to play this video. All right, family. And this reading is on Derontae Martin from Missouri. All right. So let's get started with this. I would not be able to respond to anyone because you know me, I got to really focus and meditate on this young man who is deceased. So I will say rest in peace to Derontae Martin. This family did not ask me to do this reading. Let me just say that all I'm doing is a labor of love, sowing seed and doing my part because his family is seeking answers. Um, and I just want to do my part as far as being able to give them the answers that they are seeking. All right, family. So let's get started with this. And as I stated, I will not be able to respond to anyone, but I thank you all. I welcome you all, and my condolences to his family. Shout out to Ellie Renard. Thank you, my sister, for contacting me. Much love to you. She had requested I would check on this case about this young man who was found dead in Fredrick, um, I believe, Missouri. So this is his mom. Check out the quick news.
Derontae was just a happy, loving child. Like, everybody loved Derontae.
This Missouri woman's son, now just a memory. Tonight, the man's family wants a further investigation into Derontae Martin's death. His body was found inside a home in Fredricktown, that's south of St. Louis, near I-55. The local sheriff's office rules the death a suicide, but Derontae's family believes something more sinister happened. News 4's Jenna Ray hears from family members as they call for another look into the death.
Well, we got a call on the 25th, probably about maybe 12 o'clock in the afternoon, saying that he had been shot and he was dead.
Since that call, Erica Lott says she's been trying to find the truth in her son Derontae's death. She says he went to visit friends in Fredricktown, roughly 30 miles from where he grew up. He was then found dead in an attic on Highway Z. And Lott says her son had no connection to the owner of the home. She says the notion this was suicide is unsettling for her.
I told him he wasn't suicidal. He was happy to be suicidal.
Why did he end up in this particular house? If he ended up in the attic, if that's the story, how did he end up in the attic? If the story is that he was on drugs, how did he get the drugs? Who gave him the drugs? Who witnessed this?
Reverend Daryl Gray, a known St. Louis activist, says he's working with the family to find the real story.
There are too many questions and not enough answers.
All right, family. So as I stated, I'm going to do a quick reading on Derontae Martin of Missouri. Okay. So let's get with this reading. Before I get started, a lot of time I don't like to just get scared to talk and let me just say that. But there are some things that did come to me, and I wanted to share them real quick. As I stated, the family did not ask me to do this reading. I'm just doing this as a labor of love. This sister had time, let me just say that. And my sister reached out to me, Miss Ellie, and she asked me to do this reading on behalf of the family, so I decided to go ahead and do it. So anyway, some things that came to me concerning Derontae, I am sensing that it was not suicide, okay? Let me just say that this is a cover-up. Let me just say that. I'm sensing that he knows the individual. Of possibly individuals. Let me just say that. And so with that being said, I'm going to just let the spirit do the talking. All right. Yes, give it this way. And I wish his family all the best as far as fighting on behalf of Derontae, because he's not here to do the fighting. So I would keep his family in my prayer. I pray that they will receive the ultimate justice on behalf of Derontae. All right. Let me take this off. Let's get with it. And this is a picture of him right here. He looked like such a happy person, full of life. Let me just say that. I'm going to like to assist me. After my spirit guides will connect with Derontae Martin, spirit guides, to get clarity concerning Derontae Martin. See those things are dark, bring them out to the marvelous light concerning the death of Derontae Martin. What led up to the death of Derontae? What led to the incident involving Derontae? Death. The eyes of the world to our soul. Tell your story, Derontae. Tell your story. What happened to you? What led up to this incident? Caused you to lose your life. Seeking clarity. Tell your story, Derontae. Tell your story. Alrighty. Let me get position. Oh, God, my card just fell out. I'll put it on top. I'm gonna put it right here. It's meant to come back out as well. experience that we are complete here. I'm going to use another deck real quick. Let me see. I like this one. I'm going to use this real quick to look back up. This is the Sacred Destiny Oracle. Okay, I have to really check because I do read my card upside down. Give me a minute. All right, let's get with this reading. Please, family, for anybody who happens to be just stopping by, please like and share, okay? It makes a difference. Sharing is caring. I'm just doing this as a labor of love. I want somebody to help me. Let me just say that. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to start off with these new decks, all right? This is called the Sacred Destiny Oracle. So let's get an idea. And I am doing a reading on the deceased Derontae Martin from Missouri. So feel free to Google his name. You will, or just go on YouTube, just type that in, and maybe you will find out about, his case. And it's very sad. It really is. My heart goes out to the family because they want answers, and it seems like they're getting to run around. Give me a minute, fam. This one card I'm not too familiar with. Just give me a minute. Because this is my new deck, so just give me a minute. All right, hold on, family. All right, family. Sorry, my little queen that came in. Okay, okay. It's one card I'm not familiar with, so I just want to make sure. These cards came out for a reason, but I just want to get an idea what these cards are really saying. Okay, so the first card is upside down. All right. Now, what I was doing, I was setting my intentions on Derontae, and I pretty much want to know as far as where was he mentally, emotionally, what led up to his death. All right. And so it's really going to be a story, and they are like a puzzle, but you're going to put the pieces together, family. All right. Because Spirit is trying to tell us something. So just have ears to hear. All right, family. So this is upside down. This is focus. All right. This is focus. So as far as what led up to, the unthinkable that had happened to Derontae, he's trying to tell us. He's speaking about something about not being focused. All right. It's upside down. It's the opposite of being focused. About something. Okay. The next card, this is also upside down. I'm going to read up on this card because it does have additional meaning. Okay. And it also has like a message to it. And I'm sure maybe someone who knows him very well understand what this card is really saying. This card is purity. Okay. So have ears to hear. The landscape wants you to know no matter what has happened in the past, everything can be fresh and new again. The purity of the soul is shining through everything that you encounter. You are entering into a period of grace. Simply open your heart and know that the best is yet to be. The past does not need to equal the future. Your future can be and will be shimmering, sparkling, and bright. Old limit patterns are dropping away. Recurring challenges are releasing. This is a time of redemption, forgiveness, and holy healing. So, in this message, there is definitely something, okay, in this message that's pertaining to Derontae, okay, that is the opposite of what I just said, okay, and that's all I'm going to say. That's all I'm going to say. There's something that I read in here that's speaking something about forgiveness and something about the past, okay, and something about releasing challenges and all of this. Whatever I just read is something in this message that he was either lacking or he was not operating in um before he was deceased. Okay, and this pretty much is something that's very very personal. That's all. But I was seeking those things in the dark, bring them out to the marvelous light. And when that happens, I'm never gonna know what's gonna come out in these readings. All right, family. But I did read up on this card because it did have additional meaning. And it also speaks about how everything feels fresh and new. Okay? Whatever that means to Dontae, which is the opposite. It could be personal. And I'm not going to say really business. I'm not really sure how old Dontae is. I didn't get that. I didn't Google his age, but Anyway, I thought this message was very, very personal, so I'm going to just let that sit here. But it did have a message to it. All right, the next card is upside down. This card is wisdom. Okay. Now, whatever many of you see here, it is not my opinion. All I'm doing is interpreting the cards. Before Dontae, before the unthinkable happened to Dontae, all right? Depending on whether he's by himself, which I doubt he was, and I do not sense that he was, but whomever he was with, all right, in his present, okay? The opposite of this card is a fool, all right? And it also represents someone who's not operating in divine wisdom. It can represent somebody who's not operating in their divine intuition as far as, the people that are around them, okay? This card is speaking something about what I'm sensing due to it being the opposite of wisdom. Maybe he wasn't using good judgment, okay, as far as, either his actions or people that were around him, as far as hooking up with the wrong crowd, all right, or wrong individual. Let me just say that, okay. The next card is truth. Today, many of you are receiving truth and clarity, and you can also look at this card on the day that the unthinkable happened to Derontae. He came into some truth, okay. He came into some truth and clarity about something. The next card is upside down. Upward, this is fulfillment. Okay? When this card is upward, it's a good omen. It speaks about completion and fulfillment. The fact that this young man, and he was still young, but the fact that he went out so soon, all right? He had his whole life ahead of him, all right? The opposite of this card is the lack of fulfillment, the lack of completion as far as his life path, his purpose. Okay, it was. Give me a minute, man. Give me a minute. For some reason, I'm sensing more with this card because it speaks about the lack of fulfillment. I'm sensing that it has something to do with how he was feeling about something. As far as maybe not achieving something, not fulfilling something, just whatever that meant to Dontae. Okay, and it can be personal, or it can be pretty much maybe his goals. But it was something that he was feeling the lack of completion about. All right, it could be his life goals or something that he was trying to do that he was not able to fulfill. This card is pretty much confirmation what we already know. When I get this card, this is the transformation card. And also, you can look at this card as a rebirth. It's pretty much a person moving from one cycle to another spiritually, shall I say. And a lot of time when I get the transformation card, it can represent death. But I'm also seeing this card as far as Derontae moving in another cycle. All right, as far as the transitioning, okay. He's pretty much that butterfly now, okay. He's moved on, all right. I will also go a little further and say that before he went not missing, but before the unthinkable happened to him, he was okay. I'm just sensing with this card, it's just representing the transition of Derontae, okay? Pretty much what we already know, okay? Transformation. transition spiritually. The next card is potential. According to the spirit, Derontae was full of potential. So obviously he was very talented and he had a lot to offer. He was full of potential. Wow, can get centered for some reason. And I can't make this up. This is Derontae. He's saying, I love. Not only was he full of life, but he's also giving off the vibration, I love. When I look at this right here, just looking at it, it's like his life just cut short. Obviously before his time. When I look at this deck, so far I'm not seeing nobody that's giving up on life and throwing in a towel. You know what I'm saying? I sense very strongly, and I still say that I just don't sense that he committed suicide. But let's continue. I'm gonna let the spirit do the talking. Let's continue. Thank you, Spirit. All right, family. Now we get to the nitty gritty. We're getting to the nitty gritty. Spirit realm knows all things. Let me just say that. Okay. Oh, okay. Thank you for confirmation. I got confirmation about something. That's why I didn't want to speak too soon on certain things. Okay. The first card is intuition. Before the unthinkable happened to Derontae, he was trying to operate in his divine intuition. All right, and I'm saying that because this card is upward. Okay, so whatever was going on around him, he was definitely trying to operate in his divine intuition. The next card is upward. This is emotional withdrawal. Okay, this card is upward, and this card speaks about someone that's trying to move away from something or someone. Okay, this is one who's been through a horrific ordeal. It could be the heart was broken. Okay, somebody could have hurt them, or it could be, they can be feeling this way for any kind of reason. Maybe due to someone may have passed and they're heartbroken. But this one who's dealing with a loss. Okay. It says emotional withdrawal. And a lot of time when people are dealing with a heartbreak or a loss, they just want to get away and have time to themselves. All right. So this is popping up in his reading. Okay, he was dealing with an emotional withdrawal. The next card is upside down. Upward. This is emotional loss. Okay, thank you, Spirit. Had this card been upward, I would say that Derontae was presently dealing with an emotional loss. Okay, but this card is upside down. So if he was dealing with an emotional loss, okay, he was coming out of it. He was coming out of it. All right. So what I'm picking up in the spirit is something had happened with him to where he was hurt or could have been disappointed. He was definitely hurt and upset about something, but he was coming out of it. And by the fact, and since this card is upside down, what it's telling me is this does not play a factor to why the unthinkable happened to him. Now, had this card been upward, I would probably question it. I'm like, oh, okay, he's depressed. He's dealing with an emotional loss. But according to the spirit, he presently wasn't dealing with an emotional loss. He was coming out of it. All right, pretty much getting past and moving forward in his own little way. Now, this card right here is upside down. Upward, this card is harmony. This is two individuals. Derontae is trying to tell us something. This is Derontae and somebody else. This can be Derontae and a female or Derontae and a male. All right? This is someone that he knows. Had this card been upward, I would say there was harmony in this union. Derontae had fell out with somebody. He had a falling out with somebody. All right? A disagreement, a fight, whatever the case may be. But he had a falling out with somebody. Okay, there was lack of harmony between Derontae and this other individual. For some reason, I'm sensing strong male energy. Okay? But the fact remains, this is Derontae and an individual, and they were not in harmony at all. They had fallen out. The next card is upside down. Upward, this is triumph and success. But this card was upside down concerning Derontae. Oh boy. By this card being upside down, it represents really not a good omen. And I say that because, the family want answers. The family might not even ever get justice for Derontae. Just saying. With God, we know all things are possible. Let me just say that. But by this card being upside down, it can mean many things. It could really mean, no justice for Derontae, or the authorities, might not push and, thoroughly, seek out who, as far as looking at other avenues, as far as, okay, they saying that he committed suicide, but what if he didn't? You know what I'm saying? By this card being upside down, it's not a good omen at all. This is lack of triumph and success. All right? And we know how the authorities is. When they make their mind up, they're not going to look at no one else. Okay? But we know with God all things are possible, so let's stay in prayer. And, nothing is set in stone. But this is what's popping up right now. Lack of triumph and success in this matter. The next card is upside down. This is spiritual strength. This is someone who is going through something and they are seeking spiritual strength. They are seeking help. They are praying. They are meditating. They are putting the spiritual work in. All right? This is one who's not doing that. According to the spirit, whatever went down with Derontae before the unthinkable happened, well, I'm just going to say it like it is. He was not seeking spiritual strength and help, okay? Whatever that means, okay? Whatever that means. According to the spirit, he should have been seeking spiritual strength, all right? Whatever that means, family, all right? Oh, now I see why. I see why now. I see why. I see why now. I see why now. This is the next card. This is the next card, family. I can't make this stuff up. This is stand your ground right here. So that lets you know he went through a horrific ordeal. All right? This lets you know that Derontae did not commit suicide. He was standing his ground. So maybe he didn't have time to seek spiritual strength. Maybe he didn't have time to pray. I don't know what this. I don't know exactly because I wasn't there. But something definitely went down. This is stand your ground, all right? Derontae was standing his ground. I'm going to read up on this card because it has additional meaning, but something jumped off, okay? Something jumped off with him. He had to stand his ground. He had to stand his ground with somebody. Hold on. Give me a minute. And it looked like he was not trying to back down either. Hold on, family. Let me read up on this card. This card comes at a time when you've been tested and challenged. Do you hear that? He was tested and challenged. This card comes at a time when you're being tested and challenged. There may be fierce competition and potential rivals surrounding you in your personal or business life. But know that you have the strength and inner courage to stand your ground, no matter how hard or formidable, formidal, things may appear. Don't surrender or give up the control. Don't surrender or give up the control you have. Be brave and stay true to your core life values and beliefs. Wow, that's interesting. That's interesting because this card had popped up. It was upside down. And notice what I read. It says, be brave and stay true to your core life values and belief system. This is someone who's seeking spiritual strength. This is someone who's not. Which are your best allies and will help you move forward. It's important to remain clear and focused, for you may have to stand alone and defend your convictions. Wow. To the end. Let me read that one more time. It's important to remain clear and focused, for you may have to stand alone and defend your convictions to the end. Maintain your health and stay strong so that you have an amp supply of energy to endure anything, as this could be a long and it's ARDUOUS. Adorus, I think that's what it's saying. Yet, hard won victory. Ultimately, hard won victory. Family, I ain't even through yet. If y'all can only see other cards that I have, he was in a conflict. He was not by himself. This young man was in a conflict. I don't know. I don't know if he was in a fraternity or with groups of people. But anyway, the next card is moving on. Now, when I get this card right here, family, this is someone who's contemplating and thinking about moving on, but they changed their mind. Okay, they changed their mind. So you would say, well, maybe Derontae committed suicide. If that was the case, this card would be up. This is someone not only thinking about moving on, they actually committed the act. Okay, they actually moved on. Okay, they have transition. They actually moved on. All right, but this card's upside down. This is someone who's thinking about it, but they changed their mind. Now you can look at it from that perspective, or someone had caused him to move on. It wasn't his doing. This, had it been upward, I would say this is his doing right here. But this card is upside down. The fact that he's not with us, it wasn't his doing. Yeah, I can't make this up. Y'all remember this card right here? I used another deck. This is upside down. This is the universal card. This card represents fulfillment and completion. And this is a different deck. Hold on, family. Hold on. All right, I'm sorry, fam. I'm talking to my little queen. Um, this card represents the same card that I had used in the other deck. As I stated, this is a universal card and it represents completion and fulfillment. See, it's upside down. This is the opposite of completion and fulfillment, meaning that the fact that he's not with us was not his doing. Okay, he was taken too soon. Or you can say that all of his, close the door, baby. All of his dreams that was set before him, he was not able to complete them. All right, due to the untimely of his death. The next card is upside down, upward. This is the throat chakra card. Had this card been upward, I would say Derontae is speaking up. Okay, he's speaking up for himself. Now this card is upside down. I cannot tell you why this card is upside down, because according to the spirit, right here, he's standing his ground. I'm sorry. He's standing his ground right here. I don't know if he was holding on to some things and he was not sharing them with his loved ones as far as what was going on with him personally, all right, with his associates or whatever. But this card is upside down. This is the one who's not speaking up. This is the one who's holding on to things. Okay, they keep things to themselves and they're not speaking up. And then, it also can be, because this popped up in my spirit, those that were in his inner circle that he was close to, whomever these people are or that person is. I remember the other card, I forgot which card it was. I read up on it, but it spoke about something about how, which card was it I read up on? I think it was the Stand Your Ground card. If you're gonna go back and listen to the Stand Your Ground card, all right? Go back and listen to this card right here. But this is the throat chakra card. This card speaks about someone who's not speaking up for themselves, okay? And I don't know who the individual was. I don't know, if he was around people that he felt like he couldn't, express himself, be true to thyself or whatever the case may be. But he was not speaking up at all, okay? And he should have been. Instead of letting things slide, you know what I mean? A lot of people try to fit in, be around people and stuff, and, too scared to speak up for whatever reason, thinking maybe they might not look cool or whatever the case may be, all right? Because I see that he plays sports, all right? I see he plays sports, and he definitely knows the individual. He knows the individual. There could be some jealousy there, you never know. This next card is awareness. So Derontae was in awareness. He was aware of the situation. Not only was he aware of the situation, he wasn't speaking up about it. So he was operating in awareness, all right? Now, this card right here is upside down. This card represents judgment, okay? This is a truth card. This is someone who's receiving the truth and clarity. Now, we know with the other deck, the truth card popped up. But there are timelines to my readings. In this particular timeline, okay, Derontae was not receiving clarity about something. All right, obviously there was some deception that was going on around him. He was not receiving clarity about something, nor the truth about something. Okay? For him to end up the way he did. I don't know if he was lured somewhere, okay? And that's nothing but deception right there. But he was not receiving the truth and clarity about something. Okay? The next card is a transformation card. This card popped up with the other deck. Remember, family? Different deck, same card. This card is upside down. This card speaks about renewal of life. Upside down, a time of endings. It also can represent stagnation in a particular area of your life. Okay? The next card is upside down. upward. This is memories of love. Had this card been upward, I would say, family, in this timeline, Derontae was thinking about someone that he loved. Okay? But this is upside down. So this did not really play a factor as far as why the unthinkable happened to him. The only thing I'm getting with this right here is that he was pretty much getting over this person right here, whoever this was, okay, male or female. All right, I'm picking up male energy for some reason, and it could just be somebody that he considered that was a good friend, okay, whatever the case may be. This is someone who's moving past the heartache of caring about somebody. All right, they're moving forward. They're not in stagnation, stuck in that those feelings and emotion of heartache and loss. The next card is the crown chakra card. This card represents I know. Okay, it represents I know. Derontae saying he knows. So obviously he must have came into a revelation about something, about someone. Okay, he's saying I know. We've all seen this card before, haven't we? This card speaks for itself. This is a sacrifice card. Derontae was sacrificed. You can also look at this card as give me a minute. You can also look at this card because it has additional meaning. So let me just say that. You can also look at this card as somebody having difficulties holding on to something that's not for their highest good. Okay? Since this card popped up, I want to read up on it because it has additional meaning. Give me a minute. But when this card pop up, I know what that means. This ain't nothing but confirmation what we already know. All right? We know he's not with us no more. But it says sacrifice. But it has additional meaning, so give me a minute. All right, have ears to hear. Powerful achievements are usually born as a result of great sacrifice. This card represents self-sacrifice and a time when you should look around your life to see what needs to be released. Do you hear that? By surrendering and letting go. Like to me, he was trying, don't it? Like to me, he was trying. Maybe somebody else was having a hard time letting go. Let me see. I apologize, family. This card represents self-sacrifice in a time when you should look around your life to see what needs to be released. By surrendering and letting go, there will be more room to receive. The reward for this are transformation. Okay, I can't make this up. Y'all remember the transformation card? But it was upside down. The reward for this are transformation, wisdom, gratitude, and enlightenment. This card signifies that there's a situation happening or about to occur in your life and you can't control the outcome. Wow, do you hear that, family? He cannot control the outcome. This would be a good moment to pause, rest, have patience, reflect, and what? Meditate. Pause, rest, reflect, and meditate. And definitely pray and call on the higher power to assist him so he can make sound judgment and decision on how to handle the matter. It would be wise to stand back so you can learn to look at events with a more understanding, intuitive eye. Try to view people, issues, or problems from a different perspective. If you can achieve this, it will have a profound effect on your soul and your life. The sacrifice card can also symbolize a period of transition and change. The solution you seek may be slow in coming, but it could be necessary to live into the answers. Accept the things that you can control. Heal and leave the past behind. Move towards your future and watch for new doors opening and paths that are being shown to you. This is the next card, family. I cannot tell you what this card could mean, okay? This is the positive movement forward card. If this card had came out in Derontae reading, I am still hoping and praying that the family will get justice for Derontae, or they would get the answer that they are seeking. This is a positive omen. Maybe according to the spirit, this is Derontae way of saying to his family, he know that they love him, but he definitely wants them to live their life and be able to move forward. All right. But I still see this as a positive omen concerning his case. And so I'm going to just leave that there. So let this card speak for itself. Positive movement forward. All right. Now I'm going to hold these two together. This is the second time, this card has popped up. It popped up here. Where is it? Right here. Okay? It popped up right here also. This is lack of triumph and success, and there would be no triumph in this matter. All right? This is not my opinion, fam. All I'm doing is interpreting the cards. I am still praying and hoping for the best. Okay? But these two are not good omens at all, especially as far as the family getting the answer that they are seeking. Okay? The only thing I can think of right here, this is Derontae way of saying that he wants his family to be able to move forward in a positive manner as far as living their life. Okay? And of course, y'all saw the I love cards. That's his way of saying I love you. Okay? This card is upside down. I'm going to read up on this card. You can look at it from this perspective. Deception is upward. Envy is upside down. Okay? But the way I see it, deception and envy played a big part in why Derontae is not with us. Okay? And envy is nothing but jealousy. Like I said, who was around him? Who was his closest buddies? Who was he hanging with? Somebody was definitely envious of him. Okay, somebody definitely saw potential of him. Let's see what this card has to say. These cards don't pop up just to be popping up. They pop up for a reason. All right, have ears to hear. This is deception and envy. To be forewarned is to be forearmed. This card comes at a time when individuals or conditions aren't what they appear to be. Do you hear that, family? And he was found in somebody's house. I think, in an attic, I believe. Now listen. This card comes at a time when individuals or conditions aren't what they appear to be. How well do you really know the people around you? Are they telling you everything you need to know? In business, make sure you gather all the necessary information so that you're aware of and understand all the facts before continuing. You work hard. Derontae had potential, family. His future was very bright. Let me just say that. You work hard. Don't let others take from you what is rightfully yours. Unfortunately, some people, unfortunately, some people may be envious of your accomplishments. This card also represents a time of sudden and unexpected changes, or when plans that you're undertaking may not turn out exactly the way you envision. Have a plan B as a fallback strategy to prevent future problems. Use this card as a reminder to be prepared. It's better to be safe than sorry. Now, had he committed suicide, you think this card would have popped up? Thank you. The last card is upside down. Upward, this card is financial and material changes. But guess what? Also, this card represents changes and challenges. When this card is up, it represents gain. Okay? And I just described to you what those gains could be. It can be financial or material. Upside down represents losses. And this card also speaks about challenges as well. Okay? So Derontae was dealing with some challenges. There were some things that was going on with Derontae he was not speaking up about, and he should have been. He was keeping a lot to himself. Let me just say that. And even though I did not see the conflict and the conflict card, Derontae was in some type of conflict because this card has showed up. This is the one who's trying to stand up for themselves, stand up for their beliefs. Let me just say that. This is the one who's trying to stand up for their convictions. All right. But, and he was aware of the situation, but he wasn't speaking up. And I'm not saying he hasn't talked to anybody about it, but he wasn't speaking up, maybe to the individual that he should have been. Whatever this card means, whatever this card is really saying, but according to the spirit, he wasn't speaking up, and he should have been. This card came out for a reason, positive movement forward. So I'm praying on behalf of his loved one, they will be able to move forward eventually, taking it day by day, Lord's willing. I'm praying this Most High God will give y'all strength to keep fighting a good fight on behalf of Derontae. But this card popped up for a reason. I feel like this is Derontae's way of saying that he wants his family to know that he loves them and he's with them and he wants them to continuously moving on in a positive manner. All right. And out of this situation, there is like the end of the tunnel. All right. But according to the spirit, yes, he was sacrificed. He did not commit suicide. According to the spirit, deception played a big part as well as envy. Somebody was envious of his potential. Somebody was envious of him, period. He was getting over a loss. Something probably was bothering him, but he was moving forward trying to get over a loss. Okay? And this is emotional withdrawal. Okay? This is the one who distancing themselves, in solitude, due to feeling hurt and just in a place of being can't deal with the pain. They don't want to be around anybody. But the spirit's letting us know that was not the case with him. Okay, he was pretty, if he was going through this, he was coming out of it, or this right here did not play the equation as far as what happened to him. It's not like he was so depressed due to an emotional loss and he just took himself out. All right. And if he was dealing with something, he was coming out of it. All right. And this card came out for a reason. This is somebody he know, and he had fallen out with this person. Okay. I don't know why I was sensing two, but I don't know why I was sensing two individuals, but it's definitely somebody that he had fallen out with. All right, this card had popped up. So anyway, I just pretty much just want to bring clarity concerning Derontae. Um, his family felt that there was more to the story, and there was. His family felt that he did not commit suicide, and I do not sense that he did. This is pretty much a cover up, all right? And let me see something real quick. I'm just seeking clarity about the sacrifice card. I never know what the spirit is going to reveal. Just give me a minute. Let me see something. Okay. Hmm. Give me a minute, family. I'm seeing some new cards. The first card is victory and success. I just wanted clarity about the sacrifice card, but I'm seeing some other information that's popping up. So all I'm going to do is just show you what these cards are and interpret each card, family. I'll let you be the judge, okay? But anyway, this is victory and success. All right. So obviously, whatever went down with Derontae, somebody was very successful as far as committing the unthinkable. All right. Sacrifice. Okay. It's like the same. They were successful at it. All right. Victory and success. Then this card is the third eye card. This is I see. So Derontae was not blindsided. He's saying I saw what went down. Okay, so he was not blindsided whatsoever. He saw what went down. Okay, it's not like he was jumped from behind. He's saying I see. The next card is suffering in silence. Okay. Um. So obviously, for memories of love, um, and love ends. For those cards to pop up, obviously, I don't know if he was, you know, dealing with a breakup, or it could be a breakup of a friendship. Okay, whatever the case may be, but something was bothering Derontae. This is suffering in silence. This is the one who's dealing with something, and they're keeping it to themselves. Okay, they are keeping it to themselves. I'm going to read up on this card. I feel the need to because whoever's watching, I want them to receive clarity as well as his loved ones. The number 9 denotes completion. Are you finally ready to let go of those limited negative beliefs? Or are you allowing the issues in your life to become bigger than they really are? Your mind has been doing quite a job on you lately, and even your dreams may be trying to get your attention. When you learn to let go of the worry, despair, and sense of hopelessness, a positive new way of path will be shown to you. This card follows trapped in fear. And trapped in fear family, that's a mental card. That card speaks about mental conflict, and that card speaks about someone who has the inability to move forward. All right, it's like something constantly playing in their head, and they can't get out the merry-go-round of moving forward or letting things go. Okay, but I'm seeing in his spreads, his cards are upside down, so I'm not seeing anything in his spread that's showing me that he was having a inability to move forward. It's like to me he was trying to let go. Just saying, because that's what I'm seeing in the spreads. This card follows trapped in fear. The number 8 mental card, when your fears are confronted. Okay, so when your fears are confronted, your mental anguish will continue. This is a reminder to take action and trust that your soul and the power of the spirit will grasp you firmly by the hand and guide you. But you must take the first step forward, healing and letting go. And I truly believe he was trying to, family, because a lot of his cards were upside down, and it was speaking from the perspective of he was trying to move forward. But you must take the first step towards healing and letting go of the mental distress. Don't suffer in silence. Reach out for help that's available. Now, was he going through something? I truly sense that he was. Okay, because the throat chakra card popped up, it was upside down. So it would think that he was holding on to him that he was not speaking up about. Okay, so he was dealing with something that was personal to him, and he was not speaking up about it. I'm going to say that because I saw that in the card, so I will say that. But according to the spirit, he was suffering in silence about something. All right, I'm just interpreting the cards. The next card is upside down. This is the solitude card. And this card speaks about somebody that's in solitude. Either they're outside or they're inside. Okay? So by this being a solitude card, what I'm picking up from this card right here, this is pretty much the spirit was saying that Derontae was alone, inside by himself in solitude. All right, whatever that means. I'm just interpreting what this card is saying, okay? And he was inside because I think he was found inside of someone's attic, I believe. So this is confirmation. He was inside and he was by himself when he was found, all right? The next card is the fertility card. This card is upward. Now, this card speaks about birth. This card speaks about growth. This card speaks about, allegedly, he could have possibly maybe got somebody pregnant. Allegedly. Okay, because this card does speak about pregnancy. Also, this card speaks about someone who's trying to birth a project. It's something that he was trying to do. Okay, and it would have been successful, let me just say that. But this is the fertility card. I just want to throw that out there. This card speaks about growth and also good seed. Okay, it speaks about growth and good seed. So according to the spirit, he was a good seed. Okay, he wasn't a troubled child. Let me just say that. The next card is upside down. Excuse me, family. Upward. This is a heart chakra card. This card represents I love. Okay. In my other spread, the love card popped up, but it was upward. This card, this one is upside down. And this particular timeline, Derontae is saying, I don't love. Okay? He is saying, I don't love. And y'all remember the couple card, the harmony card that was upside down? Right here, he's saying, I don't love. You don't love what, Derontae? Someone or something. I leave that to interpretation, or I let maybe be judged. The next card is material harvest. This is someone who's have worked real hard. They have put the work in, and their hands are out, and they are reaping that which they have sown. They are reaping the hard work they have put in. Okay, so according to the spirit, whatever it was that Derontae was doing behind the scene, whether it be working or sports, whatever it is. But according to the spirit, he did have potential, so he was definitely going to reap. Okay, he was definitely going to reap. And this is someone who got their hands out. They want something. Okay, this is someone who got their hands out and they want something. This is someone who has worked hard. They have done something that they feel like they should be rewarded. All right, and their hands are out. They are open. Okay, waiting to receive something, whether it be money, something. Okay. And the last card is upside down. Now remember, I want to know about the sacrifice card, okay? And I'm going to leave this to many of you interpretation. All right? This is not my, opinion. All I'm going to do is interpret this card. This card is upside down. This is the last card. This card right here is recognition and reward. Had this card been upward, this is someone who is being acknowledged. This is someone who is being rewarded. This is someone who's not overlooked. Okay? The spotlight is on this individual. Okay? They are getting all the attention. This is someone who is not being rewarded. This is someone who is being ignored and overlooked. This is someone who's not getting the attention that they want from something or someone. Okay? I'm going to leave this reading right here. I pretty much wanted more clarity about the sacrifice card, family. We know that this young man is no longer with us. May he rest in peace. And I'm getting other messages that's surrounding why the situation went down the way it did, okay? And I will let me be the judge. If this is not Derontae, this is someone, because y'all did see the couple card, it was upside down, all right? Derontae had a falling out with somebody, but someone wanted to be acknowledged. Someone wanted recognition, okay? And could possibly somebody wanted to be rewarded, whatever that means, all right? Because this is somebody whose hands is out. Somebody's hands is out. They work hard. Whatever that means to this individual, and their hands are out. Okay, they're ready to receive. This is someone who have not received the reward. This is someone who's being overlooked and ignored. Somebody's not paying attention to this individual. They are ignoring this individual. So this is my reading on Derontae. Much love to his family. Thank you, Sister Ellie, for bringing this case to my attention. I send my love and condolences to the family. I know no matter what, I'm not going to bring him back, but I just pretty much want him to tell his story, may his family receive some type of clarity. So I'm through this reading. Much love to the family and his friends, and much love to you all. Thank you for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe, and bye for now. And rest in peace, Dontae Martin.